YouTube? Welcome back to my messy room and my channel. What is up, you guys? I just got back from a 4-mile run, so excuse the hair. Today's video is going to be talking about mental health. Mental health is something that's super important to me as someone that has gone through it. It runs in my family. I have a lot of friends that have it. So here are my top tips and tricks on how to cope with anxiety and depression. Anxiety can be hard to explain. There are people out there that have no idea what anxiety feels like. They might get anxious, nervous, general nerves. But some people actually don't understand the whole basis of anxiety. I grew up with anxiety or worry, and I would be irritated and stressed and lash out on people. People would say in turn, calm down. It's not the end of the world. You'll be fine. And that is like the opposite of what you want to tell someone with anxiety. It's a chemical imbalance in my brain, and sometimes I just can't help it. Sometimes I don't even know why I'm anxious. You feel like having heart palpitations and like running 24 miles in one weekend because I don't know what else to do. I hope these tips are useful. They are tips that have worked for me. They won't work for everyone, but I hope I can help y'all out if you suffer from any form of anxiety or mental health illness. Let's get started. My first tip is all about nutrition. When I first dealt with anxiety, I was eating a lot of just junk food. Like growing up, I ate poorly. I had a binge eating disorder, so I would eat on top of that. I would sneak food. I would just eat a lot of unnecessary junk food, and in turn, my mental health suffered. I suffered this whole thing of I'm not good enough, and it further stimulated my anxiety. So I definitely think nutrition has a huge part of it. Not saying you can indulge in ice cream here and there. I haven't really dealt with anxiety, and the reason is because I'm feeding my body the fuel that it needs, and in turn I feel good. I'm not feeling sluggish, I'm not feeling run down. Eating vegetables and fruit that make you feel good, like they fill you up, they give your body the nutrients it needs, and then you don't feel awful after it. Like, name the last time you ate so many like vegetables or healthy food, right? And yeah, maybe you eat a lot, you're gonna feel full. What happens shortly after? You're like, wow, all right, I feel good. That is probably my top tip. My next tip kind of goes hand in hand with that. Working out and fitness, for me, I found that's the best way. Even though I do lift 5 days a week, I run 7 days a week. Running is the one thing that has helped me more than anything. Even if I'm anxious and I go to the gym to lift weights, yeah, I might feel a little better, but most of the time I'll still feel anxious. If I'm anxious, I run, because to me it's very freeing. For those that have suffered with any form of anxiety or understand what it feels like, when your heart's going like this and your heart's racing and you're just overthinking and you're not knowing what to do and all you want to do is move around, you can't sit still. Running has helped me tremendously with that. The reasons I got into running is that was the only way to start coping with my anxiety. It's going to help. Trust me. My next tip is another thing that has helped me a lot, which is journaling. And the reason I say that is because on days where it was more so depression hitting me, but depression is like, leave me alone, I will suffer under my covers, leave me alone. And you're just like sitting in bed, you don't want to do anything, you're sitting in a dark room. If you don't know why this depression's hitting you or why this anxiety's hitting you, I always tell any of my friends or anyone that has come to me about how I cope with my mental health, I always tell them, grab a journal, grab a piece of paper, and write about your day. Even if you don't know why you're anxious, write about your day, and I promise you it will come out. So I would just start it off like, today wasn't a bad day, and today I did this, and then this happened at work. And then like before I knew it, I was on like page 3, and like the whole reason why I had been anxious came out. Buy a journal, write on paper, whatever you need to do. And also another thing is journaling about your anxiety and your mental health illnesses is going to teach you a lot more about yourself than you even knew. I think that's one of the most important things, is getting to know who you are as a person, what makes you happy, what's going to kind of get to these underlying issues, and what's going to further implement your growth into the future. And even someone who posts so confidently on social media has battled these issues and can be vulnerable with you. So I hope you really consider getting a journal, writing down your feelings. It really, really does help. So my next tip would be nature. Honestly, nature is very important to me. For those of you that know me, you know my daily routine, working out, eating breakfast, getting all my stuff together, and then I am at the pool. A lot of people make comments like, oh, you're addicted to the sun, you just want to be tan all the time. And while that's like, I like enjoying a nice bronze, it helps me feel at ease. Being in the sun, being by water, it helps me just relax my mind and come down from any negative place or any negative thoughts, any doubts in my mind at the time will start to fade away as I'm just like relaxing by the pool, AirPods in, listening to my favorite music. The Justin Bieber album's gonna be today's playlist. Some people aren't really the outdoorsy type, and that's okay. So this tip might not work for you, but I'm telling you, if you have the chance, go outside, get some fresh air, take a walk, sit by water, do whatever you can. Look at plants, look at flowers, I don't know, anything that just really immerses you in something nature. At the end of the day, the world around us is so beautiful, and we need to step outside our comfort zone to realize that. And I just find it really peaceful to be sitting in nature with my thoughts. Again, that tip won't work for everyone, but it's been a huge defining moment in my own journey. Another tip that has helped me deal with my anxiety is developing a routine. I make sure I'm up at the same time every day, whether I'm off or not. I try and wake up early, get my day started with a run or the gym or whatever I have going on. I make sure I come back, make my bed, get everything situated, wash my face, do all that, eat breakfast, and then get ready to start my day. Having a routine has help me organize my life and keep track, make sure I'm just doing things that are helping me grow. And I feel like it's important to have a morning routine. It just feels like I'm gonna go out there and conquer the day. I'm going to be productive and do whatever I can to make my day a good one. A small tip, but it's definitely very helpful. So I hope you guys like these tips and tricks. Feel free to use them. Let me know if you do use them, or let me know your own tips and tricks and how you battle your own anxiety and depression or any mental health illness you deal with, or any just situation you deal with, and what's your go-to thing that brings you ultimate joy and brings you this self-worth and self-love. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye!